Hello, everyone, and welcome back. For those of you, those 6 subscribers that I do have, um, thank you. And I assume that you get updates or an email sent to you when I've posted a video. Anyways, it's been a while. This is the first time in 2015, in fact, that I've done a video for a bunch of different reasons. It really doesn't matter why exactly. Um, I have been doing quite well, you know, on the road as much as I can be, and I've just been very, very busy the last little while here. Then I don't know. I haven't counted up how many talks I've done to high school students and to nurses and whatever other professionals will have us, through the BC Schizophrenia Society partnership program to have and educate at the same time. So I do want to keep these videos to about 6 minutes long, and that'll be my goal. But I can't make any promises. So I do want to talk about mainly about motivation and what it's like for someone with a mental illness to have the motivation, literally to live life, and get some enjoyment out of life. And I also want to talk about simply the lack of respect that people with mental illnesses get in society, and pretty much anywhere they go. To touch on that point in particularly, I'm currently reading a book called "The Center Can't Hold" by a lady named Ellen Sachs, who despite being incredibly intelligent, was diagnosed with chronic paranoid schizophrenia sometime in, I think, the late 80s, early 90s or something like that. Anyways, she makes some very good points in the book about how at your very, very weakest, at your very, very lowest place, rock bottom, some people call it, any kind of respect that you're given from literally anyone. It doesn't have to be a professional or at all. It just has to be a human being that perhaps has been there before, or understands how important it is to treat people with mental illness, no matter how sick they are, no matter how deep they've gone down the rabbit hole. They really need to be shown a little bit of respect for no other reason than the fact that they're human, and they really need to be acknowledged in any way, because I mean, as Ellen says in the book, it's even the smallest little piece of respect for that human being that's going through that illness at the time is a lifeline. It's like oh, because you're so lost in your sickness that you don't think that you're worthwhile, or you should be there, or that you're entitled to anything. But if somebody does, say something or help you out in a way, just out of the kindness of their own heart, and it's like a lifeline. It's like it gives you that little piece of hope, the little something that says, well, this person recognizes that I'm here, and recognizes that I'm sick, and recognizes that I need the same things that everyone else on this planet needs, probably even more than a lot of people at that particular time when they're so sick, and that's just that little amount of sympathy, not necessarily sympathy, but compassion, because it's so lacking in the system, and when I think about, after I read what Ellen had wrote, and I just thought to myself about the experiences that I've been through, and how sick I've been, and how that respect, not even for a second, was ever given to me. And and because you're so detached from reality, and that's what the illness does to you. And any connection to reality is truly welcomed. I mean, as much as it might not appear that way, it really is. Just a small little gesture of caring, of love, of compassion, or whatever you want to call it. But that little bit goes a long way, because you don't believe, at your worst, you don't believe that you're entitled to any of that at all. So if there's any message that I do want to give to people, it's simply just that. I mean, and it doesn't have to be like I said, it doesn't have to be a psychiatric nurse. Yes, they should definitely know this as well, but it could be literally anyone. And that's why I do talk to everyone that I can, because it doesn't matter who's educated, because everybody needs to be educated. Either because they can help some individual out when they're not well, potentially. I mean, recognizing that someone is not doing well and getting them help. Going through the appropriate the channels to get that help for their friend, or even if it's somebody they just meet randomly who seems to really need some help at the time. And then also for education for those people that unfortunately might themselves experience mental illness. So like I said, that covers pretty much the entire population, because as you might or might not know, schizophrenia in particular does not discriminate, whether it's cross gender, cross race, cross ethnicity, social class, economic class is what I'm trying to say there. It doesn't. It could literally strike anyone, and that's kind of the scary part, I guess. Well, I don't know. That's probably the wrong word, but it's pervasive. It's everywhere. Is what I'm trying to say. So back to well, you know what? I'm just going to wrap it up there. That's pretty much good for today. I was going to talk about motivation, but I will talk about that in my next video. Thank you, and be calm, be free. I don't know. I gotta fix that one. Anyways, best of luck.